Welcome to the Quantum Leap's first ever magazine show, the Kaleidoscope, where we take you to a breathtaking, colorful world through a never-ending array of beautiful art with ever-changing themes. Hi everybody, my name is Mariel.
And I'm Debbie.
And I'm Rihanna. And we are your Kaleidoscope hosts, spreading the cues in you. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the third episode of the Kaleidoscope.
To everyone out there, especially to all the women and girls, come join us as we celebrate International Women's Day on Spotlight. Did you know that if there's International Women's Day, there's also Women's History Month? And that both events are celebrated during March? If not, we've got you covered on Think Talk, where we will be talking and learning more about Women's History Month. Quantum at Home is going to be colorful. Let's watch how our chosen Quantum family will discuss about women empowerment and gender equality in a fun, creative, and artistic way. On the scoops, we've made a list of 10 modern Filipino women who broke the glass ceiling. Could you guess who they are? Women have always suffered from violence more than men do. With this, let's talk about the different ways we can prevent violence against women as a young student on Teas and Stories.
Hello everyone! Hi Debbie! Hi Rihanna!
Hello, girlies!
Wow, the three of us are finally together on set. This feels amazing. You know, the both of you look so much prettier than the last time I saw you guys in person.
Aw, thanks Debbie. Actually guys, I'm so happy because to our fellow viewers, if you guys haven't noticed, our first pilot episode, it was just Rihanna and I on set, and unfortunately, Miss Debbie here was on the screen, and unfortunately, our latest episode, it was the three of us on the screen. So right now I'm just so happy and thrilled to meet my co-hosts, finally, physically. And by the way, Debbie, thank you so much. You look beautiful yourself too. Like, look at her.
Oh, thank you, Bestie. How about Bestie Rihanna? How are you feeling right now?
Well, I'm super hyped and excited to be here because it's the first time we're physically hosting the Kaleidoscope all together. And you, Debbie, and you look absolutely stunning as well.
Aw, shucks. Thank you, besties. No, since the three of us are finally together on set, I just feel this sort of powerful energy, but I can't explain it.
You know, I feel that. I totally get you.
I know, right? Hashtag girl bosses.
Powerpuff Girl.
You know, I think it's just because we celebrated International Women's Day, so.
Oh yeah, happy belated International Women's Day to you, my bestie.
Same to you. Happy belated.
Thanks, besties. Belated happy International Women's Day to you too, and to all the amazing and inspiring women out there.
Good thing this episode is absolutely related to that. I'm so excited to know more about International Women's Day. So what are we waiting for, besties? Let's get this party started!
Alright, totally. Quantum community, how have you been doing? Last March 8th was International Women's Day. Celebrate our powerful and inspiring women everywhere. On Spotlight, our presenter, Clarice O'Meara, will not only be talking about International Women's Day, but also why we celebrate it and the significant meaning behind it.
Ooh, very exciting.
Let us welcome Clarice O'Meara on Spotlight.
So, show us what you got in store for us, Clarice.
It's time to turn up the lights. Good day to you all. I'm Clarice O'Meara, sharing the spotlight, and you're watching Spotlight, where stories are brought to life. For this episode of Spotlight, we will be shining the light on women all around the world. For centuries, women have been suffering from discrimination, bias, and prejudice. Women in history could not even go to school, participate in politics, or do anything other than cooking, sewing, cleaning, and the like. Now, however, is the age of women. With that said, come join me as we reveal more about International Women's Day, why women should be celebrated, and this year's campaign theme, Break the Bias. In the words of Cher, if you want it done right, let a woman do it. Tracing the event back to its roots, International Women's Day was once known as National Women's Day and was originally a suggestion from Teresa Malkiel back in February 28, 1909. Although the notion was overlooked at first, it was revisited by German communist activist Clara Zetkin in Copenhagen, Denmark in 1910, during an internationalist socialist women's conference, which received support from 17 countries. Austria, Denmark, Germany, and Switzerland were the first countries to celebrate the occasion, followed by Russia, who celebrated it for the first time 2 years after February 23, 1913. Now, 109 years later, it is celebrated all around the world every 8th of March.
It's amazing that we have come a long way to recognize the independent women in our society. Honestly, I think women should be celebrated every day. After all, we were the caregivers, homemakers, and now future leaders of our society. We're strong, resilient, critical thinkers, courageous, and we have been oppressed for so long and still are to this day. We are recognizing those women who have been wronged by society and those who have succeeded despite all the misogyny in our society. So, whatever your gender or sexual orientation may be, we should all celebrate women, because without them, we wouldn't be here today.
In a patriarchal society like today, women are never given enough credit. Even in the vast majority of our history textbooks, they have always highlighted the achievements and contributions of men, painting our women to look inferior. Therefore, celebrations like International Women's Day serve as reminders that women should be proud of all that defines them and everything we have and could accomplish. Moreover, the day also stands as a push towards gender parity, wherein the goal is not to oppress men, but to eliminate the gender gap that immorally separates the two sexes.
Patriarchy, misogyny, sexism, violence, double standards, racism, and other abuses are one of the several reasons why women are still fighting for their rights even up to this day. Gender gap between men and women are caused by the idea of women being the second gender. They tend to be looked down and discriminated, for they are misunderstood as weak and too emotional human beings. Anyone can help in eradicating these issues simply by raising awareness, communicating, being open-minded, participating, putting women into power or legislative positions, giving everyone equal access to education and opportunities, and giving equal treatment and wages in workplaces regardless of gender.
Every year, International Women's Day would have a campaign theme, and the campaign theme for IWD 2022 is titled Break the Bias. Biases and prejudice can be found anywhere, whether at school, home, or even at work. Nonetheless, such discrimination makes it more difficult for women to advance and grow into our society. That is why this year's International Women's Day is encouraging not only women, but everyone all around the world to #Break the Bias, to ensure that all of our striving women can have equal opportunities to become everything they seek to be.
Personally, I break the bias by motivating not just myself, but also my fellow ladies and girls to be confident all the time, influencing not just the youth, but also the elders to build positivity for the world we live in. We should all remember that we are equal, and having an open mind and heart is the first step to #Break the Bias.
Vice President Leni Robredo once said, "Feminism is not about women ruling the world, so that our gender will never ever have to face abuse. Feminism is about building bridges of understanding, so that the world will no longer need a strict ruler to make it work."
But of course, I support feminism. It is important to have this necessary equality because back then, women were discriminated against, and they were denied basic rights, and they were prohibited to do things like voting. Women didn't get represented well, and they have fought hard to get their voices heard. Women and men have differences, but it shouldn't be included in opportunities, respect, and human rights.
I, myself, am proud to be a woman. There are already so many powerful and inspirational women out there who have lit the path for women like me to grow. As time wears on, our world continues to move in the direction of gender equality. Let us persist to be more informed and active in the fight for women's rights, so that both genders could one day stand on the same playing field.
Hi everyone, my name is Kenna Louie from grade 11, and I will be answering the question 2, what would the world be with and without women? So answering the first part of the question, which is what would the world be with women, is that the world just seems much more brighter and livelier. Women perform this role as a wife, a partner, supporter, and a mother. And having all these and just shows how women have a strong fighting spirit. Because I see all these in my mom, because my mom also has a very strong fighting spirit. She's been through a lot, and she was able to be the woman she is right now that me and my sister look up to, and I'm more than proud of that. And with her love and support for us, we were able to be much more happier, stronger, and we look at more of the positive things in life than.
Finally, belated Happy International Women's Day to all the women out there. Let us continue to remind ourselves that we are all strong, confident, and beautiful individuals, and that no one has the right to make us feel otherwise. Let us keep on supporting one another so that the next generation of women can live in a world that is safe and equal, and where they can be whoever they wish to be. Well, it's time for us to part now, for as we all know, after the light comes the dark. Tune in next episode to see which topics will be shining the light on next. Once again, I am Clarissa Mila, sharing the spotlight, and you're watching Spotlight. Thank you, and lights out.
Now, wasn't that enlightening and empowering at the same time? Oh, it makes me want to scream at the top of my lungs and let everyone know how proud I am to be a woman. I feel like I'm gonna cry any second now.
My dear, same here. I really love how Felice mentioned that now is the age of women, which is on point.
Yeah, I agree.
Women are powerful and we can do just about anything.
I agree, Debbie. You know, Clarissa's segment was absolutely so empowering to us women, and I love what the guest had to say. It was honestly very touching.
For sure. However, I think we're kind of forgetting something.
Oh, did you guys know that March is also Women's History Month?
Wait, really? Isn't that like the same as International Women's Day or not?
You know, I actually remember that, but like using like my memory because I need more. But lucky for us to remember it, we have Brenna Chua on TikTok. Oh my god, so I'm so ready for the segment. So should we start with it now?
Yeah, me too.
Okay, let's go.
Take it away, Brenna.
Think Talk. What time is it? It's time for Think Talk. Hi, I'm Brennan, and this is Think Talk, where we discuss trivia, facts, and stories that will surely blow your mind. From history to pop culture, we've got it all covered. So without further ado, let's dive right into today's topic.
We still have a long journey before the world can completely achieve gender equality. The stereotypes, dilemmas, and stigmas are still lurking throughout society. However, declarations, recognitions, and legislations about women's rights, equality, and history are already a good start. Thus, let us all remember the essence of Women's History Month, which is reflecting on the courage of women in past generations and celebrating how their efforts and bravery afforded the next generations of women the opportunities and freedoms they have today. To all the women out there, happy Women's History Month to you! Long before the declaration of Women's History Month in 1987, there were already events with regard to women. One of them is International Women's Day, which first took place on March 8, 1911. Under that day, many countries celebrated it through demonstrations and presented women with gifts and flowers. In the United States, the week of March 8, 1980 was declared as National Women's History Week by former U.S. President Jimmy Carter, with a proclamation about recognizing women who built America and for their achievements, leadership, courage, strength, and love. With regard to that, a resolution from Congress, known as Public Law Number 97-28. The same president also signed the Equal Rights Amendment, but was never passed into law because it did not gain ratification by the required number of states. By 1986, 14 states already declared March as Women's History Month. They declared it earlier than the actual declaration. A petition by the National Women's History Project in 1987 resulted in Congress passing Public Law Number 100-9, which designated March 1987 as Women's History Month, and has been like that every March. As for the Philippines, there are 3 laws that serve as legal mandates for National Women's Month. The following are Proclamation Number 224 of 1988, declaring the first week of March of every year as Women's Week and March 8, 1988, and every year thereafter as Women's Rights and International Peace Day. Proclamation Number 227 of 1988, providing for the observance of the month of March as Women's Role in History Month. And Republic Act Number 6949 of 1990, an act to declare March 8 of every year as a working special holiday to be known as National Women's Day. Coincidentally, these laws were passed and signed during the term of former President Corazon C. Aquino, who happens to be the first female president of the Philippines. Every Women's History Month has its own theme. This year, the theme is We Make Change Work for Women, which is actually to be used from 2017 to 2022. It's important to note that the theme varies by country, with the US having the theme of Women Providing Healing, Promoting Hope.
As always, keep learning and you'll reach greater heights. Learn more and don't forget to have fun in the process. Again, I'm Brennan and I'll see you in the next episode of Think Talk. Bye!
Wow, just that. That's what Women's History Month is about. And honestly, guys, it's really sad to know that the women before us didn't have the same opportunities as we do now, and the fact that they were treated differently for the mere fact that they're women is just really so sad. But it's also something to look to reflect upon and to be grateful for, because these powerful women have paved the way for us.
I couldn't agree more, Bessie. Women truly deserve a month dedicated to celebrating them, especially since, until now, many women are still facing discrimination and inequality. But with laws and many organizations advocating for women, the world has truly evolved.
Women are truly inspiring and strong. By the way, happy Women's History Month to you, besties, and to all the beautiful women out there.
Happy Women's History Month!
Likewise, everybody! Anyhow, it's time for a break. You, our dear audience, could go grab a snack or take a quick trip to the bathroom. Or maybe you guys can stay and watch the ads.
Just make sure to stay tuned because we'll be right back on
The Kaleidoscope.
I want to know if you want to take it slow. Oh, hop up on my jet and roll to Tokyo.
And we're back on
The Kaleidoscope.
I hope you brought your snacks with you because it's family time. But I wonder what we'll be talking about.
Oh, don't worry, bestie, because I heard from a little birdie that
The Villaflor family.
well, they're going to be talking about gender equality and women empowerment while painting us an artwork. I don't know what exactly it is, but I'm so excited for it.
Ooh, I'm so thrilled.
Well, what are we waiting for? Let's buckle up our seatbelts because it's time for Quantum at Home.
Hello. Welcome to the humble home of our family. Come in.
We are the Villaflor family. I'm Shelly, and this is my sister Zakia.
Hi, I'm Zakia.
And welcome to Quantum at Home. For today's segment, we will be talking about women empowerment and gender equality while creating a digital artwork regarding this topic.
That's right! It's going to be really fun. So, what are we waiting for? Let's begin!
Alright, for many people, especially women all over the world, the month of March is a special date in which we celebrate centuries worth of fighting for human rights and gender equality. Aside from sporting ideal temperatures and clear weather in the Philippines, March is when the whole world celebrates Women's History Month and International Women's Day. Not only does this month celebrate women, but it also tackles ongoing issues often related to gender equality and women empowerment and ways to solve them. Now that we celebrate ongoing worldwide, let us learn more about the gender equality and women empowerment.
The month of March is indeed special to all women in the world. To make everything clear beforehand, let us define the two terms mentioned. According to United Nations, gender equality refers to equal rights, responsibility, and opportunities of anyone of any gender in gender equality. Men and women and also the LGBTQ community are treated impartially. It is also part of the 7 Sustainable Development Goals of UN, which aims to transform the world into a safe environment before 2030. Meanwhile, women empowerment can fall under gender equality. In women empowerment, a woman's self-worth decision-making is independent and promoted and encouraged. This gives them more confidence in their abilities, capabilities, and value in society.
Exactly. Now let's talk about what exactly is the importance of having gender equality and women empowerment in the society and why we need to discuss such thing.
To put it simply, a society that embraces gender equality is also one step closer to sustainable development. This is because women can contribute and even improve different sectors in country. With the help of women, a country workforce can expand, bringing improvements to the economy and people's quality of life. How about you? What's your take on this?
Well, aside from that, women can dedicate their intelligence, wit, and confidence to serve the country's people as public officials. With brilliant minds of any gender working together, they can improve society and solve its ongoing issues. It should also be noted that as a fellow human beings, women deserve same rights and treatment as men do. Though we may be physically unlike, we are all made of blood, flesh, and bones.
I agree. For most of the part, the society we have supports the notion of gender equality. If you look around, you will see, but not all, a lot of women completing their education, getting a stable job, and living a comfortable life, without the fear of being judged of their gender.
That's true. In the Philippines, lawmakers have promoted these ideas by creating laws aimed to protect women. One of the most famous is RA 9262, Anti-Violence Against Women and Their Children Act of 2004, which seeks to defend women from any form of abuse. Some laws for women include RA 6725, prohibited on discriminations against women, RA 7877, Anti-Sexual Harassment Act of 1995, and RA 8353, the Anti-Rape Law of 1997.
These laws are indeed important and beneficial to women and girls. However, how else can we promote gender equality and women empowerment as active members of the community?
As active members of the community, we should take steps to promote and support gender equality and women empowerment. Let us use the opportunities in our lives to give value to the women who play essential roles in the community. First, let us not underestimate a woman's ability to do a certain task. Don't be afraid to split your work with a woman, thinking that she will not be good at doing it. Coordinate with people you work with, see what fields they are best at, and do not conclude based things on your own judgment. Aside from that, do not hesitate to help a woman in need. Despite all laws in place, women still experience rape, abuse, discrimination, assault, and the like.
That's correct!
Let's raise awareness regarding these matters, from them to be avoided. Also, when we see a woman who needs help, let's not hesitate to offer her comfort and protect her from harm. It may not seem like much to you, but having someone to trust makes a huge difference.
That's true. Anyways, I'm done with my digital art.
Oh, let me see.
Here, this digital artwork is dedicated to all of us women and girls.
That looks amazing. It definitely depicts woman and empowerment and gender equality. I love it.
Thank you so much.
To all the women and girls, kindly take this artwork as a symbol of our appreciation to you all. Indeed, we salute all of you for powering through each day. The world is a dangerous place, but you are a testament to a woman's strength and resolve. Thank you for making this society what it is. Even though it can be ugly at some points, may you all continue to live on, planting seeds of hope, inspiration as you go.
Happy Women's History Month and belated International Women's Day to all women in the world. And also, stay tuned to the next episode of the Kaleidoscope. Let's all continue spreading the hues in you. Goodbye!
Wow, that was very well said. And the painting? Oh, so beautiful. I know, right? Let's all promote women empowerment and gender equality, or in short, feminism.
The Filio Floor girls are definitely smart and talented.
They are two of the living proofs that women are just amazing and powerful. I totally agree with you, Anna. You know, if women can rule a country, they can most definitely rule the world.
Right? And the same goes with gender equality. You know, back in the old days, men used to think that they are much more powerful than women, and this still happens right now. It's like history is repeating itself.
Well, I couldn't agree more, Debbie. Well, to lessen our worries about that, we'll be talking about our list of 10 Filipino women who broke the glass ceiling on the scoops with Layla Perry.
Wait, that's like kind of difficult to comprehend.
Oh, wait, no, Bessie. Breaking the glass ceiling doesn't quite literally mean there's a glass ceiling that, you're breaking. But it does mean that you're overcoming these barriers that were set there to prevent us from advancement.
So, that's right.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you, besties.
No problem. But let's have Miss Layla, our host for the scoops, take it away.
Are you hungry to learn about what's up? Well, you've come to the right place. Hi, I'm Layla, serving up The Scoops, where I will be serving you scoops of the latest lifestyle trends and human interests with an extra drizzle of delight and a cherry on top. For this month's celebration, we will be showing you the top 10 modern Filipino women who smashed the glass ceiling. So sit back, relax, and enjoy.
Filipinos have always been known for their powerful belts and perfect pitch, but amongst all of the karaoke lovers and music revelers is the sensational and ever-talented Lea Salonga. This multi-award-winning singer and actress was the first Asian female to play Eponine and Fantine in the Broadway musical Les Miserables. She was also the first Asian female to win Best Performance by a Leading Actress in a Musical for Miss Saigon and Best Direction of a Musical at the Tony Awards. Moreover, she was also the first Asian woman to win a Laurence Olivier Award. Last but not the least, she provided the singing voices of two official Disney princesses, Jasmine in Aladdin 1992 and Fa Mulan in Mulan 1998. She was then named a Disney Legend in 2011 for her work with the Walt Disney Company. Talk about a killer voice! There are a lot of firsts on our list, and one of the most recent accomplishments has been of Heidelin Diaz's, a woman who made history. Even with the long history of Filipinos competing in the Olympics, Heidelin Diaz is the first Filipino to win an Olympic gold medal for the Philippines. Not to mention that she won in a weightlifting competition, a sport that is not common among women, but among men. She is also an Olympic weightlifting record holder by winning the women's 55-kilogram category for weightlifting at the 2020 Summer Olympics. Alongside her was Nesty Patricio, a Filipino boxer who made headlines as she nabbed the silver medal for winning the women's featherweight match at the 2020 Tokyo Olympics. As the first Filipino woman to ever win an Olympic medal in boxing, Patricio immediately became an inspiration, not only to Filipinos but also to every young woman who dreams of pursuing boxing. In journalism and with bravery comes Maria Ressa, the co-founder and CEO of Rappler, an online news website. Courage is found in her writing as she is a prominent critic of our current president, President Rodrigo Duterte. Despite all the obstacles and suppression of criticism, she became the first Filipino Nobel Peace Prize laureate, proving that simple silence is not a choice. Following Maria Ressa is another brave, fierce, and bold woman named Miriam Defensor Santiago, also known as the Iron Lady of Asia. The late senator served the Philippines in all three branches, judicial, executive, and legislative, throughout her long career as a lawyer and judge. She was more widely known during the latter years of her life as she ran for president and graced the Senate floor. However, this can be seen as the tip of the iceberg in her long years of service in 1988. She was named the laureate of the Raman Magsaysay Award for Government Service with a citation for bold and moral leadership in cleaning up a graft-ridden government agency. Known for her fierce resolve as a senator, she serves as an inspiration to young women with a passion for governance. Next on our list is a generous and talented woman who's not only part of ours but also on Forbes' prestigious 30 Under 30 list. Grace Fernandez, along with her team, created Rags to Riches, a startup helping women from poor communities by providing them a living. According to Forbes, she belongs to an elite group of people who direct their talent and conviction to better the world, which absolutely describes her perfectly. These ravishing power women also deserve a spot on our list. Miss Universe 2015, Pia Wurtzbach, and Miss Universe 2018, Catriona Gray. These two Filipino beauty queens not only captivated the whole world with their beauty, but also with their hearts and brains. Their victory in the most prestigious international beauty pageant definitely gave utmost pride to the Philippines, and their hard work and persistence to win the crown served as an inspiration to all Filipinos. Speaking of brains, our next Filipino power woman is a well-known decorated space scientist. Angelita Castro Kelly, also known as NASA's fearless Filipino diplomat, was the first ever female mission operations manager, MOM, of the National Aeronautics and Space Administration, NASA. The late scientist also held another key position, which was Earth Observing System, EOS, Science Interface Manager. Before becoming the mission operations manager, she was also a project manager and helped develop the successful shuttle or space lab data processing facility. Our last, Shiro, took her success from her experiences. While volunteering at a non-government organization, she was exposed to the hard reality of the poor, and a lot of help just to light up their houses at night. So, with this in mind, engineer Isa Mejano founded SALT, or Sustainable Alternative Lighting, in 2014. With her team, they developed a lamp that only uses salt and water to light. No more, no less. Successfully helping the people living in dark places. These heroes in our list prove that women are not only beautiful, talented, intelligent, courageous, and physically and mentally strong individuals, but they also prove that women can achieve so much more than men if given a chance. They truly paved the way for the upcoming generations, like the footsteps they follow in a dark, uncertain path. Without a doubt, there are many more unmentioned power women out there who are persevering through underestimation, like the hardworking women we see every day. To all the lovely women out there, stay beautiful and remarkable, and remember that you are powerful. Happy Women's History Month and belated Happy International Women's Day.
So, did you enjoy today's scoops? I hope you did, because they're all in the house. Once again, this is Layla serving up the scoops. Catch me on the next episode of the Kaleidoscope to see what else we have in store. Goodbye!
I so wish to be like them. I mean, like, imagine. To be successful as a woman and at the same time as a Filipina.
Isn't that such a dream come true?
It is totally a dream come true. You know, these inspiring, powerful women definitely bring pride and honor to the Philippines. And can I just say, they did not just break the glass ceiling, but they definitely smashed it.
I agree. You know, these ladies prove how strong and powerful women are. You know, they also show that being a woman did not stop them from reaching their goals and dreams. and that they could do much more than men if given the chance.
Well said, Dev. To our dear audience, stay in your seats because we still have one last segment, which is Teas and Stories, which is actually our segment.
Yeah, so don't go anywhere because we'll be right back on
The Kaleidoscope.
Bago man sa inyong paningin, sa laki at sarap, di ka mabibitin. Bagong palasang nakakatakam, na siguradong babalik ka. Inasal na pretso at inasal na paa, mga paborito, swak sa bulsa. Chicken na Pinoy, Chicnoy. Sarap ng Pinoy, dito tayo sa chicken ng Pinoy. Sarap ng Pinoy, dito tayo sa Chicnoy.
Searching for your ideal home? It's all easy now with Filipino Homes. Think of all that you can do inside and out. Search properties all over the country, whether it's for sale, for rent, or foreclosure. You can adjust the lot and the floor area range for your liking and the price range that fits in your budget. Just click the property that you like and contact the agent. Search, adjust, talk. Only with Filipino Homes.
Welcome back to The Kaleidoscope. Good thing you guys stayed and waited for us. Don't worry, it's worth the wait, because this one is for all the students watching. For our last segment, which is Teas and Stories, we will be talking about how we, as students, can prevent violence against women. You know what, I so love this topic because violence against women is still very rampant, and the fact that it could be happening right now as we speak is honestly so sad, but I'm glad that we divert our full attention to this topic.
A very timely discussion.
Correct. Yep, Debbie. I'm so looking forward to hearing your takeaways on this. So let's start spilling the tea. We want to spread good vibes.
We want to encourage learning.
We want to inspire. Welcome to Teas and Stories, the last segment of the Kaleidoscope where we talk about anything under the sun.
You bet.
For today's segment, we will be talking about a somehow sensitive yet significant topic, which is preventing violence against women as a young student. While men also experience violence, we all know that women have it worse and that it is a problem we are still facing even up to this day.
That's right. Now let's dig deeper into this topic. According to UN Women, violence against women and girls is rooted in gender-based discrimination, social norms, and gender stereotypes. Given the devastating effects of violence against women, efforts have concentrated mainly on response and providing services for survivors. However, the best way to end violence against women and girls is to prevent it from happening in the first place, by addressing its root and structural causes.
I agree. You know, prevention is truly better than cure, and I believe that it's time that we give our attention to this topic because not only for the safety but also for the protection of all women and girls, including ourselves.
Exactly. Anyways, how do we actually prevent violence against women as a young student, like me?
Well, as stated by UN Women again, prevention should start early in life by educating and working with young boys and girls, promoting respectful relationships and gender equality. Working with youth is a best bet for a faster sustained progress on preventing and eradicating gender-based violence. With that said, I believe that we could start by educating ourselves and about other topics concerning the prevention and violence against women.
Brilliant! As students, I believe that we could start by holding campaigns and programs regarding that said matter inside, then outside school, with the help of our school's student council. With this, we could also buy or include anti-bullying campaigns and maybe even programs.
You know what, Debbie, that's actually really smart. I definitely agree. Yeah. Anyway, guys, here's mine. So this is for the members of the campus publication, or the student writers. Well, they could use their voices in writing about these topics against violence against women and articles and basically essays or whatever, so that not only will the students become more aware, but they could also take actions. And students could actually make use of blogs to create a bigger platform and let everybody know about what's truly going on.
Hey, that's also a great idea, Mario. But girls, hear me out. I also have a great idea. Have you ever heard of Safety Patrol? Yes, I've heard of that patrol.
Oh, you know what? I know that a lot of Western countries actually use Safety Patrol in their schools.
Yep, Mariel, that's right. Basically, Safety Patrol consists of a group of student volunteers that assist their schoolmates by providing leadership, citizenship, and a safe environment in school. It's not that common in schools here in the Philippines, but I definitely think it is something we must take into consideration. Safety Patrol can not only help prevent violence against women and girls, but also harmful accidents and especially bullying. They could also serve as role models for the younger students in the school.
That's totally correct. Having safety patrols in schools would not only benefit, the students, but also the school itself.
I agree with both of you. And also, I have another idea. Well, what is it, Debbie? Students can form young organizations inside or outside the school with advocacy of preventing violence against women and other stuff related to that. Oh yes, youth organizations are actually very helpful.
I agree. And as students, let's also strive to create not only a healthy, a safe, but also an equal environment for everybody at school, because treating people with more respect and, with kindness can do wonders and help preventing violence against women. People will have a better community where they can voice out their opinions, and basically everything will be better.
Well, that's true. Let's also not forget to utilize social media in promoting and advocating for the safety and protection of women. I actually do this a lot. I post on my stories all about feminism, and especially this month about International Women's Month. Social media has lots of platforms we can use to educate others about this matter. I second that. Let's use social media in a good way. It is a very powerful tool.
That's true. And also, besties, I came up with another idea, and this one's kind of unique. Okay,
spill it, bestie.
Okay. So you know how students aren't really that comfortable with opening up their problems with teachers or even their parents, but they do find comfort and kind of relate to people their age, like their classmates or schoolmates.
Yeah, that's true.
Right? So I was thinking that the student council can have an online platform, well, if it's allowed by the admin, of course, where they have an option to be anonymous and kind of voice out their opinions on this so-called platform, but of course everything has to be appropriate. And basically this is their safe space, and again, this is monitored by the student council. So when the student council can see red flags or anything alarming, that's when they can use their power as part of the student government to kind of reach this to the admin, and that's when the admin can really get their hands dirty and investigate this topic.
Oh wow, Mario. Make a great student council president.
Oh my God, Rihanna, don't flatter me.
That's actually a really superb idea. And actually, I also came up with another one if I kind of want to share it.
Go ahead.
So we could also invite speakers to our school that advocate for the safety and protection of women, most especially religious speakers from our church or religious organizations. They could definitely help us in educating students regarding this matter. Yes, I really love that idea, bestie. By the way, I also came up with something, we could also hold a food sale within the school or any type of event that could help us earn money for a good cause. All the proceeds would then go to the organizations that advocate for the protection and safety for women and or gender equality. As a matter of fact, we can donate to the UN Women and help build, brighter future for women and younger girls,
You know what, Debbie, that's actually really sweet.
Well, that actually gave me another idea. Well, the student council could also host events and programs that could help strengthen the relationship of students with one another. Having these activities could promote healthy relationships among students, preventing violence. Some of these activities could be painting a unity wall, or hosting a student versus faculty competition, or even sharing positive messages with a Kindness Rocks project, and a lot more. Wow, I didn't know that there was actually lots of ways to prevent violence against women as a young student.
Actually, me too. I didn't really know.
Right? But furthermore, we should all know that preventing violence, may it be against any gender, race, color, creature, etc., should start within ourselves. Let us all strive to be good people. Let us strive to be kind and, most especially, respectful to one another.
Period.
I second that. Good to hear that, besties.
Of course. And also, dear audience, this Women's Month, let's instill our hearts and minds that prevention is the best thing to do. Let's all help protect women, girls, and everyone around us.
Yes, I totally agree with you, Deb. Let's create a gender equal world where no woman, no girl, or any person out there will have to suffer from violence.
And remember, if you ever have encountered violence, do not be a bystander. Don't be afraid to speak up, because speaking up can also be a form of prevention if you have witnessed any kind of violence early.
Yep, that's true, Debbie. If you are a victim, don't be scared to speak up. If someone you know is a victim, also speak up. Always speak up. Violence is such a terrible thing that must not be tolerated. Remember that help is always around you.
That's correct.
So that's it. Happy Women's History Month and belated Happy International Women's Day to all the women and girls out there. Once again, we are your lovely Kaleidoscope hosts, and this is Teas and Stories.
Spreading good vibes.
Encouraging learning. And inspiring people.
Dear audience, it's time for our Kaleidoscope.
Ooh, I'm excited to hear this one. What's it, Muriel? Let's hear it. Okay, so today's Kaleidoscope has to be my most favorite Kaleidoscope yet, and it is, Brianna, please do us the honor of the drum roll. It is babae ako, hindi babae lang. And just saying that makes me so happy and empowered to be a woman, because, we as women, we go through so much. And honestly, girls, we're not even in our 20s yet. We're not in our 20s yet, and we've gone through so much. But I'm positive, whatever obstacles life will throw at us, I know that we are able to, overcome it because we are strong, independent women. And just saying that small and simple quote truly does volumes. I am not just a woman. I am a woman.
Such an empowering and meaningful quote today. It tells us that we should not underestimate women because they are women. Being a woman does not make you weak or inferior, it just makes you powerful.
We can accomplish so many things as who we are, and we have countless amazing women in our lives that show us that. We had such an amazing time expressing our love and pride as powerful young women. But girls, I'm so sad to say this, but I best believe that we should wrap this whole thing up because look, it's getting pretty late.
I'm afraid so, Mariel.
Aww.
I had a blast sharing my insights with the two of you. Already, I can't get enough talking to the both of you.
It truly does hit different when we're all here hosting together.
Yeah, truly.
Okay, anyhow, our dear audience, on this very special month where we celebrate women, we are here to remind our fellow girl bosses that babae ka and hindi babae lang. And we should always have each other's backs because together we are stronger. How empowering. Girl power, those quote girls, we are indeed stronger together.
That's true, Liana. I'll always have both of your backs.
Same here, besties.
Me too.
Well, there you have it, guys. That's sisterhood at its finest. And we hope you guys enjoyed this very special episode of Shining Spotlight on Women as much as we did making them.
Indeed.
Once again, my lovely co-hosts and I would love to wish our daughters, sisters, mothers, grandmothers, aunts, female quantum teachers and staff, and even our very own Miss Cosette and Miss Rose, who built and developed Quantum with a successful learning institution it is today, a happy Women's History Month and belated Happy International Women's Day.
See you guys in the 4th episode of
The Kaleidoscope, a place where every color, every hue
is represented by me.
Once again, this is the Kaleidoscope,
spreading the hues in you.
My life was black and white, and I believed it. I believed it. My eyes looked at the world but couldn't see it. I couldn't see it. You're like the thing that makes the universe explode into the colors of a world I've never known. You keep turning my life around. Violets and purples, diamonds and in circles, you're my kaleidoscope. I love every minute, you've got me in it. You're my kaleidoscope. Hey la na na oh, oh, oh. You keep turning my life around. Hey la na na oh, oh. You keep turning my life around. Tonight the stars are in your eyes and I surrender tonight.